Hello, this is Godo. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Interactions. I've just been doing some cleaning up, tinkering around here, setting up for the next phase of construction, more or less. And I have made some things, prepped some spaces, etc. So we're going to walk through everything I did, and then we're going to finish setting this up, and then we'll be able to use it finally. First thing I did is I went and I made more jars. We now have one jar for every Essentia. And then I wanted to have some kind of overflow system for when we have like too much of a certain Essentia to send it over into a different jar over here, which would be hooked up to centrifuges. But the problem I am finding is that this transfuser does not really consistently prioritize these jars that are labeled or already have Essentia in them. Like, for example, there's a void jar with Terra here in it, and then I put some netherrack in here. Here, let me grab some netherrack. Netherrack, which has Terra and Ignis, right? Yeah, Terra and Ignis. So I threw that in here. Oh, you can barely even see the coke. So that's turning into Terra and Ignis, but where is the Terra going? Over there. Why? I don't understand. So even though there's a labeled jar with Terra already in it over here, it's choosing that one. So yeah, we're not unfortunately going to be able to use some kind of overflow priority system. Also, I hope that flux isn't a problem. And I'm just going to pick this jar up so it doesn't put anything else in it. I would have liked to have like some kind of overflow system that catches excess complex or compound aspects and then puts them to centrifuge into more basic compounds, but like it just ain't working. And unless I set the whole thing up with pipes and a bajillion buffers and stuff, we're not going to be able to use the centrifuge really. So I'm not going to worry about it because we do have thaumic energistics that we're going to be getting into at some point, and that's what we'll be using. So next order of business is stabilizing our altar. And I have prepared some stuff to stabilize the altar with. The main stabilizers we're going to be using are going to be these. I still don't know how to pronounce this. Maybe I should actually look up how to pronounce this word, yeah? Sconce. Okay. So we have these Essentia crystal sconces. Gosh, that was a mouthful. We just make them by combining an Essentia crystal with an iron ingot, and there's also one that uses brass ingot, and it's a slightly different color. But the important thing about this is that when you place items for stability, there is a diminishing return on them. So let's say I have this Bestia sconce here, and then I put it on here. So you need to place them with rotational symmetry to the middle. So right now they have 0.1 stability gain per cycle. If I place another set, you would think because now we have the double amount of stabilizers, it's double the amount of stability gain, but no, it's only increased by 80%. So there was a 80% fall off. And now if we place a third set, and even though this doesn't look symmetrical, it is symmetrical. They're like the galaxies from, Islands of Insight, if you've watched my series in that. That is symmetrical to the center. It doesn't matter that there's nothing over here because this is symmetrical to that block over there. Anyways, this goes from 0.18 to 0.23. So the first one is 0.1, and then the second pair is 0.8, and then the third pair is 0.5. So the diminishing return is quite... it appears quite quickly. So what we're going to be doing is I have built a floor underneath, and I just want a floor underneath because these are actually, if you drop water on them, they actually get washed away. So I don't want them to get accidentally washed away, or if lightning struck here by some chance, I don't want this floor to catch fire and everything to break. And if lightning does strike here and break our floor, then I need to figure out something else to use as our floor, I guess. But anyways, we have these aqua sconces from a dungeon, so I'm just going to be putting those in the middle, kind of as like a matching piece for our... No, I think I'd like the actual pillars there. Okay. And then let's just put another one here next to those. So those are all symmetrical, and based on our testing before a second ago, we were at 0.23 when we had 3 pairs of stuff. I'm going to guess we're going to be at like 0.25 with 4 pairs. 0.27? Okay, so the fourth pair was 0.4. Still quite a diminishing return. Anyways, let's go and make a whole bunch of sconces. And I'm just gonna, let's see, move all items. Loop. Let's dump all the items in here. I'll take these sconces back, and then I need the iron. And I have more iron prepared. So the sconces, we get 3 for 2 crystals. So I'm just gonna make like sets of 6 of all the crystals we have at least 2 of, and we're gonna see how that does for our stability. So Motus, Permutatio, Victus, Metallum, etc. I'm not gonna read these all out, but we do be having a lot of thing here. And we have Bestia and Desiderium already, so let's not get duplicates of that. Let's see, we're at Ordo. For Cantatio, Desiderium, we have Draco. I don't even know where we got Draco from, but we have it. Perdicio, whoop, I already had that one. We already have Aqua. Census is new. Herba, Mythos, Potentia, Terra. Okay, so that's what we have so far from these. And I think, honestly, this is so many different types of items. Let's just go with that. Oh, lightning, huh? Is it raining over there, or is this just lightning storm? Oh yeah, it is raining over there. Okay. Weather's been being a little weird lately. It was been like raining nonstop, so I forced the weather back to clear, and it's just continuing to rain nonstop. So I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, let's go ahead and go in here, and we are just going to make all of these sconces. Whoops, need to put more iron in there. There we go. All right, and then fun thing, we need to put these elemental ones in here manually, because otherwise it takes the ones that are in the slots. And I'm gonna need some more Ignis crystals here in a second. Could make some. Oop. Ordo, go in the place that you're supposed to be. Humanus, Vinculum, Percantatio, Gellum, or it's probably Gellum, isn't it? Okay, we're out of air. Let's get more air crystals up in here. Metallum, Potentia. Ooh, we have depleted the Vis in this chunk, so we need to wait a second. Am I wearing... Oh, I'm not even wearing my robes. Let me put that on. That's gonna let us get a little bit more mileage out of our table here. Okay. Potentia, Perdicio, Volatus. We're gonna need more... We're gonna need to go get more Ignis crystals. Do we have... I don't know if I even have fire-infused gems over here. Fire infused? They're called infused, right? Yeah, we don't have any of that. I guess another way we can make them is we can just turn... we can use the alchemy to just make more of them. So let's go and go over here. I set up the Thaumatorium, by the way, which is basically just an automated alchemy thing. It basically sucks in the aspects you need from your melted down aspects. Slightly less efficient because this is not a lossless process, but it is something. And I use it to make some tallow for some candles, in case we want to mix it up. But I'm going to see where our stability is once we do all these sconces. So, anyways, for this, let me go get some quartz slivers. And how much Ignis do we have? That's not going to be enough. Let's get some more Ignis cooking up in here. We'll just burn a bunch of netherrack up. Oh, actually, how much does magma blocks give? Yo, magma blocks are much better. Let's use those instead. Okay, and let's put like half of those in there. Alright, so we're gonna put our quartz slivers in here, and then we need to find Ignis. That doesn't look like I can filter in that slot either, so I'm just gonna have to eyeball it. There it is. Alright, there goes some Ignis crystals. So those are cooking up. I also upgraded our Essentia smelteries a bit. So I put on auxiliary slurry pumps, which basically let us get this purple bar down into another block, so we can get the stuff out of both alembics at the same time. And then I put on these venting ports, which makes it so that when you're burning stuff up, there is a reduced chance for you to expel flux into the atmosphere. Because God knows we're ready to deal with flux, am I right? Alright, how are we doing on these? We probably have plenty, yeah, okay. Alright, let's stick those in here. Did I already make Ignis candles? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and pop those in there. Alright, we're gonna need air as well. What do we use for air? Grass is an option, but it has a lot of herba on it. So we would have to do something with that excess herba. Why does this have so much... Why does this have so much air in it? These have 15 each. Okay, I guess that's just a high air item. What else? What else has air in here that we have? Oh, feathers are probably a good option. Okay. Feather. I forgot we actually used those in the past before, so. This is still working on the... well, it's almost done. We'll just put the feathers in there. Okay. Let's take those out. Let's get some air crystals, or some quartz slivers, rather. And we will make some air slivers now. This is going to the correct place, right? Yes. Okay. It's really a shame about the prioritization of the stuff, what's it called? The filling transfuser not like prioritizing stuff properly. I really would have liked to sorry, I was just like looking to be like, why is this not working? I would have really liked to have just that simple centrifuge set up, but nothing's simple with Thaumcraft now, is it? Okay, apparently there's no Mythos sconces. So we can put that one away. Is there Victus? Yeah, of course. Probably no Mythos, because Mythos is it's a Thaumcraft add-on aspect. It's not like a vanilla aspect. Hopefully there's no weird stuff happening with the Vitium sconces. Okay, so we have all of our sconces now. Do we want to make any more? I think this is probably good. Did I make an air sconce? I can make an air sconce. I'm gonna be so tired of that word once I finish this. Alright. Oh, I had already made that. Okay, well, now we have 12 of those, I guess. Really quick, I would like to toss these in a chest, and then we can thermometer this chest. Inventory too large. How about put them at the top? Okay, well, I guess it scanned everything it was going to scan. Alright, let's take our sconces back. Alright, so in the bottom floor, I have prepared a little floor down here for putting our sconces down here. So all we have to do is just make these symmetrical to each other. So I put one here, and I need to put one there. I put one here, I need to put one there. I put one here, I need to put one there. That's all this is going to be. So I'm just going to spend the next few minutes just putting these in here. And I need to be careful when I'm putting them, because they need to remain symmetrical relative to the middle. And also, I'm not going to put any in the middle because I don't know what that's supposed to be symmetrical to. Like, I don't know. Here, we can actually check, I guess. So let's check our current stability. Oh, I don't have my... Dang, I don't have my boots of the Traveler. And I can't jump up there. Let me get my regular armor back. Get my arcane stone back here. Don't destroy the floor. Okay. So we are currently at a stability... Let me out, please. Of 0.74 gain per cycle, which is already, like, not bad. Low stability things are not going to be that unstable. And if we put something here in the middle, so that can't really be symmetrical to anything on the same Y level. It's just continuing to be stable. So I don't think that counts in the middle. Anyways, let's just go ahead and continue filling this out. So those are all symmetrical. Let's go ordo on this corner, then on the opposite corner. Oh, this is actually a nice symmetry here we can do. We can do Perdicio here, and then Permutatio here, and then on the other side we do the other Perdicio and the other Permutatio, and then we can do something else over here. We'll do the Bestia over there, sure. And we're getting so much stability from this because we're using so many unique items. I think, anyways. Like, what's our stability sitting at now? I'm going to guess it should be over 1.0 by now. Oh, almost 2.0? Okay. A little bork there. Alright, let's go ahead and continue this endeavor. So let's do Potentia, and then Motus. And then I'll go do the same thing on the other side. Potentia, Motus, Alienus, and Siderium. Okay, here's our first spot that we're not going to have something that lines up nicely, but it is what it is. We don't have to use this spot, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. We can use Victus in there, and then we can use Victus on these outer corners. And then we have one more pair of Victus. How about we use them on the outer corners as well? Those outer corners. All right. So far, so good. Whoops, I didn't mean to stick those in my baggie there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, we can't do 6 all at the same side. We only have 6 of them. Okay, so we have Volatus, Census, and Vitium. So let's go to the other side and do Volatus, Vitium, Census. I said the aspects out loud in the wrong order. Alright, almost done here. Can do another triplet here, so let's do Examinus, Gellum, Metallum. Do the same thing on the other side in the same order. So this is gonna, our stability is gonna be like out of this world. Alright, and then for the last one, I'm gonna do corner caps. So Terra, Vinculum, Terra, Vinculum, and then we have some Ignis left over. How do what would be least janky looking? I'm not going to worry about least janky looking because I'm not going to be down here looking at it. So there we go. We'll just start another layer of symmetry down there. And there we go. Well, let's go see how crazy our stability is now. 5.5. Whoa, buddy. I think let's also do some candles as well, because I made some, so might as well use them, right? So got some tallow here. I'm not going to go too crazy on these. Let's just get some string, because that's what you need to make these candles. Some dye. We can use lapis as some dye. We can use ink sac as some dye. And then what other dyes do we have? I don't think that we have a whole lot of dyes. So maybe we just stick with those. All right, let's get our stuff that we ordered. Go ahead and throw together some more candles. So we have white ones. And we have 33. Actually, that's like perfect. So I'm going to put 3 of them away. 3 candles away. We're going to use 3 white candles, and then I'm going to make... Sorry, we're going to use 10 white candles, then I'm going to make 10 blue candles and 10 black candles. And then the rest of the tallow we can put away for now. All right, so let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next to the Ignis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue tallow, we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. Then how much room do we have? We have 4 over there. Kind of awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, but then we have an extra one here. Okay, this is perfect. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Okay. We didn't even use any mob heads, and we could use mob heads too, like creeper heads, skeleton heads, etc. But like, let's go see what our stability is now. 6.37. All right, you know what? Head. Let's use 8 of each. I don't know if Enderman head count. We can try Enderman head really quick. So Enderman head, do you count? I don't know if I like that actually. And also you have not affected the stability, so you do not count. But the creeper head does for sure count. So we put the creeper head here, it's actually going to drop our stability because we made it unstable by making it asymmetrical. But we put it back on the other side and it should be up. Okay. All right. Put away these Enderman heads. Also put away those. We don't really need them. That's just going to go in storage. All right, down we go. Heads. I'm just going to put them 1, 2, 3, 4. Like make a little Tetris L piece over here. Do the same on this side. Do the same with zombie head over here. And then do the same with skeleton or zombie head on that side too. Okay, how's our stability now? It should be like... Is our stability going to be like 7? 6.7? Okay, you know what? That's probably way more than enough. All right, next up, we're going to make our pedestals. And our pedestals, we also want them to be in symmetrical locations, but having items placed on pedestals asymmetrically, first of all, sometimes it's necessary, and second of all, it shouldn't affect our overall stability too greatly. So let's go ahead, and I like to put them in the floor, like recessed underneath. Let me get my stuff back. Okay. And I'm gonna... But I saw an EXP fragment there. Alright, so there's 8 spots for 8 pedestals. If we need more spots later, we can always add them. But for now... There we go. Alright, our Arcane Infusion is ready to go. And just to note, maybe I should put a clipboard here that this is 6.73, just so we know that if for some reason it drops below 6.73, that something went wrong somewhere with something. So I have some notes here. So PC Infusion 6.73 stability. So if for some reason like we start having infusions fail, we might check the stability and we might find that the stability is dropped for some reason, and then maybe we'll look underneath and see that like we would see like all of the sconces got knocked over or something. That'd be annoying to fix, but I mean, yeah, okay, so we're very stable. Let's do some infusions. I needed some stuff, so let's start with the stuff I needed. I needed some stuff for Britannia, I think. Runic Altar. What do we need for Runic Altar, and why is this not currently... Why is this quest not currently lit up? Because I feel like we have everything we need for it currently. Glitch infused ingot. Maybe we need the glitch infused ingots first. Let's make this first. Okay, so we are going to bash some glitch hearts against a obsidian. We could also use an EV forming press, but we don't have an EV forming press yet, so I'm just gonna bash it against obsidian manually, and then we're gonna throw it into some water with gold and lapis. Do we have any water just like chilling somewhere? I feel like we do not just have like a bucket of water that's sitting on the ground somewhere. Well, our system actually knows how to make buckets of water. In fact, we already have one, so just pull that out there. Let's get some glitch parts. I'm just gonna do like half a stack. Gold. Lapis we have out here with our chicken. Yoink. Let's see how many corrupted hearts we get. Oh, right, that's a block of coal, not a block of obsidian. Here we go. Block of obsidian, up you go, and then bash the glitch hearts. Oh, we got a lot. Okay. Well, that quest is done. We got 5 EXP points. Wow, amazing. Okay. And then we are going to submerge some of these with some gold and lapis. Okay, I'm not gonna be needing this many. Let me speed up my dangled furnace over here. It's so slow. You know, one thing I should probably make is the multi-smelter, which is a multi-block furnace, just like that one, except it uses electricity instead of steam, and it's like way faster. So I should probably do that. All right, just drop my water in here, I guess. Like, why not? Whoa, that was weird. All right, drop that stuff. All right, our magnet is making this very difficult. Magnet, where are you at, buddy? There it is here. Go away for a second. Yes. Good old in-world crafting. Alright, glitch infused ingots complete. And we also get a system glitch soul. What do you use these in? Draconic evolution. Is there some kind of draconic evolution spawner? Stabilized mob spawner. Okay, you probably use them in this. We also get one as a quest reward. From stuff we can, like, borderline make, like, very soon. Anyways, let's put that away from now. Is the mana pool available now? It is still not available. What is your problem, my guy? Why is Runic Altar not available? We have Skystone. We have gems. We have mana pool. Am I missing something in the Thumbcraft chapter? No, we have Runic Matrix here. And then this thing. So I'm actually a little confused about why this is not available here. Let me check the quest dependency. FTB quests. Edit mode. And then we can look here, dependency requirement. What are the dependencies? Edit dependency is ancient debris and glitch infused ingot. So we did ancient debris. We did glitch infused ingot. What is ancient debris? Ooh, my game's being a little crashed here. Ancient debris. Yeah, we've done that also. Haven't we? Wait, where is it? Oh, it's over here. Why is that a requirement? Nah. Okay, come here. We're just gonna change this to dependency requirement 1 complete dependency. Okay, that's dumb. We're not. that's an error in the quest. We do not need to be actually having that quest done for basically any reason. Mana pool. All right. I have some mana pools here, but they are filled with mana, I believe. I'm actually just gonna, like... Do we have anything we can use mana for really quick? Let me look at these recipes real quick and see if there's anything we can just dump our mana into that would actually make sense to dump our mana into right now. And preferably not these transmutation ones. I'm fine without transmutating. Conjuration Catalyst. Okay, so that's like duplicating items. Force Relay. Don't think we need those. Some pasture seeds wouldn't be bad to stock up, but they don't really cost that much. I don't know what boreal seeds are used for. Making Podzol? Okay. Mana quartz. Do we need a lot of mana quartz? Doesn't really appear to be the case. Yeah, we don't really be needing that for anything. We could make a tiny potato. Mana infused string. I think we actually do need some of this for stuff, but it's like just such an inconsequential cost in mana, so. Rosa Arcana. Or an LV electric pump? Sure, why don't we do that? Pump. Let's just go ahead and dump our mana into this recipe. Oh, that was very little mana. Okay, anything else that we can use the mana pool for? Purple concrete, we can turn into purpur. Okay, interesting. Silver wood to mineral. Ender capacitor. I don't really know what those are for or what they do, but not going to worry about that. You know what? Let's turn some stainless steel into mana steel. Sure, that seems like a good use. Stainless steel. 32. Why not? Do we think this is going to be enough mana for 32 stainless steel? Hey, great. We found something productive to use that mana on. Alright, so we have a mana pool. What are we making with this again? Infusion, right? This guy. Okay. So we need gem. We do have one of these Fingarium gems. I think I have an extra one up here, though. Yeah, let me take this one, because those down there, I had made them to make the night vision module. Oh, night vision module. Let me add that to my list, too. At cybernetic. Low light vision. Bookmark this guy. Okay, so we got our Fingarium gem. We have glitch-infused ingots. We need some crystallized mineral chunks. Why am I ordering it in here? I can order it here to our bag. So crystallized mineral chunks. Sky stone. And specifically it needs to be the AE2 unofficial life version, so I just need to chisel that. That is no problem, though. I think that's all the ingredients we need for that infusion. Now, we're going to need to do the Essentia, though, because... Get this out of here. It's not just about having the ingredients, you also have to have all of the Essentia that you need. So, Ordo, and Precantatio, and Aurum, I think we are good on. So, Aurum we're good on. Ordo we are not good on, actually. How could we get some Ordo kind of easily? Precantatio we're good on, and then Potentio was one. Oh, we're actually good on Potentio. Okay, so we just need Ordo. What's gonna be a good source of Ordo? Just gonna flip through here. In fact, I'm not even gonna show this, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, here's a easy enough item to make. Smooth sandstone. Also, chiseled stone bricks is an option, but we can just do smooth sandstone. Let me go over here. There's a transmutation tablet over there that we don't really need over there anymore, so let me just bring it over here, because here it at least has like a use or a purpose, right? So we can make some sand. Wait, we can't make sandstone like this, can we? I should have known. I should have known. How do you make sandstone then? I bet you put it in a compressor. Compressor for sand. Yep. Okay. Come over here to our compressor. Speed it up like nobody's business. All right, so the sandstone doesn't actually give us anything, but we can change it into a different kind of sandstone. There we go. Are there any other options that give us more ordo by any chance? No. Okay, so just this one here. These two here, actually. All right, there we go. That should give us enough ordo for this. Because we need 16, we have 16, and if that is not perfect change, we had this extra 6 on top of that, so. Okay. And, okay, there we go. Our ordo finished processing, and we got exactly 16. Okay, so we are good to go. So, how many items is this? Not this one, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we can't even, first recipe we are doing on our transmutation altar, we cannot even make it symmetrical. Because, whoops. Because the item has 7. Unless maybe you can put one on top to be asymmetrical. I don't know. You know what though? I don't know if I care. Do we have everything placed yet here? Yeah, so we can see the symmetry is not good here, so it dropped a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we missing? The glitching gets right. Symmetry should go up a little. Okay, so 6.63. Out of curiosity, so if we take this one, this is the asymmetrical one. So we're at 6.7 now. That's our original stability. If I go put this up here, are we still at 6.7? Nope, that's still asymmetrical. Okay, so I guess you just can't really do anything about odd recipes. All right, and then we put our mana pool in the middle. And then we double check that we have everything. Aurum, Ordo, Percentatio, Potentia. Yes, 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 and Aurum. Yes, okay. And then the recipes, well, the recipe has to be correct or else it won't start. All right, let's run it. Okay, so here's our first infusion. It is a, quote, dangerous infusion. And we are having, at maximum, 0.24 loss of stability per second. And we are gaining 6.63 stability per second. So there's basically a 0% chance for anything to go wrong here, and that's why we are not bothering with infusion stabilizers. Because if nothing goes wrong, you don't need them. There's our runic altar. Heck yeah. Alright. Runic altar is going to go over here somewhere. I'll probably steal the... I'll probably borrow the tiny planet to use on that. In fact, here, let's see if we can just go ahead and steal that over there. I'm gonna do this recipe first, I think. So let's go ahead and... Where can we get some cognito? We can get some cognito from some zombie brains. Sure, let's do that. And do I think I have a clockwork mind already. So clockwork mind, I have. So we just need a complex arcane mechanism. We have some thaumium plates over there already. We need a piston over there. Piston. Not that kind, this kind of piston. Okay, and then we are going to need... What's going to give us some machina? Does the lever give machina? Yeah, lever gives machina. Okay, let's use lever for that. Or wooden button. You know what? Let's use a wooden button. It's also clean machina, so. Okay, so we need 2 of these as well. So brass plate. Order up 4 of them. Iron plate. 4 of them. And then stick. 2 of them. Alright, and then let's get some wood. Do we have wood over here? We do have wood over here. Let's just get like these wood to make into buttons. So that's going to be for the Machina. For the Cognito, we have all the brains over there already. So let's just melt down some brains. Check how much we need first, because I don't want the jar to overflow at the moment. Yeah, this seems like a correct number of brains. Put the buttons over here. Let them do their thing for a second. In fact, we could tick accelerate that if we wanted to, but it's fine because we need to do stuff over here while we wait for that to craft up. We have thaumium plates. Alright, let's go ahead and craft 2 of these guys. I'm not wearing my outfit. Well, it doesn't matter. We're only making like 3 things, so. Scan one of these guys, because I don't think I've made one before. Alright. So, to make our biothalmic mind, we just need the clockwork mind. I left it in the request table, didn't I? See, this is why I've started requesting things to my bag more than my request table, because if I have it in my bag, I can always get to my bag, but if it's in my request table, I have to go back and get it. Alright, so the brain and the clockwork mechanism are on the outside. The clockwork mind is in the middle. How unstable is this recipe? Moderate. Okay, and then we need 50 Cognito and 25 Machina. Did we finish with that? Yep, and yep. Okay. Go ahead and... Uh-oh, what's wrong here? Oh, wait a second. Let me guess. We don't have the research, do we? I know we can get this research from the quest book, I believe. Let me just go ahead and do that. So, biothalmic mind. Yep, that's exactly what we need. So, got a little bit of warp. Hopefully not too much. Let's see where that is in our Golomancy. So it gave us... Well, biothalmic mind itself had the warp on it, I see. Okay. Okay, well, now we should be able to craft this. And, ain't nobody got time for this, so just gonna speed it up. Oh, here come the noodles, right? Alright, and with our biothalmic mind, finally, we can make our low-level night vision. So, cook this guy up here. Gems. We have these gems in here. And then we have... put the right and the left one in there, and then we have our biothalmic mind. Whoops. Alright. Enhanced low light vision. Are you crafting something? Oh, I guess it needs to craft the alloy. Okay, for some reason I thought I had that. Alright, be back in a second once that's ready. Okay, that alloy is done. Let's make our low light vision. Heck yeah. Let's go install it. Excited for this. No more having to craft night vision potions. Or maybe I should have healed first. Nah, we're okay. Though, that just reminded me, I have a form of healing I can totally just throw in my inventory. These healing fragments here. The more you have, the more you just get like a passive regen. I think you need like 5 or 6 to get anything though. Alright, nothing with 6. Let's try the number after 6. Let's try the number after 7. 8? Okay, there we go. There's some regen for us. I don't suppose keeping it in our ender bag would count, would it? Well, they do stack in there, which is nice. Oh yes, I love having 1.8 million seconds of night vision. All right, so they do not stack in there. That's okay. I'll just stick them here. You can't move them around once you're in your inventory, which is a little annoying. Oh wait, well you can, I guess, because of this inventory. No matter, I guess. Here, let's just stick them over here. Do these sort? Oh, those totally sort. Okay, well. Let's see. Put some tools away here. This is a tool I use a lot. All right, looking good in the hood. And what was our button for, whoop, not that one. What was our button for this one? Control R is what I have it set to. So we can have a hotkey for disabling our, what's it called here? Our night vision. If I just set this to like num minus subtract. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we can turn night vision on and off at just a click of a button. Nice. Really been waiting for that because I've been doing just like potions every time I need to be having night vision of some kind, and now we just have built-in night vision, so it's like, hey, we go to the dark, we can see. Love that, all right? Okay, some good progress here. What else do we want to do? Probably we can work on setting up some Botania over here now that we have this guy over here. How are we gonna trigger this to run though? I think if I pull some mana out of here, it's going to put a little bit of mana out of that pool, and then it's going to start shooting it at the table over there, which is pretty much exactly what we want. I'm not sure how exactly it's going to behave though, so alternatively, we can just throw like an egg in this pool. There we go. Alright, well, it's certainly pumping it full of mana. I don't think it's actually crafting us anything there, though. Okay, we might, like, work on automating that next time, because we need quite a lot of stuff from that guy. Let's make some stuff with it, though. So we have the runic table. Runic altar, my bad. What is this used for? I'm probably gonna want like most of these things automated, honestly. Because some of them, like when you use runes like this to craft, you get to keep your rune, but when you use a rune for something like this, then you lose your rune, so being able to make more is useful. But let's see, there's a certain recipe I'm looking for in here, or group of recipes. Yes, here we go. These guys are blood magic runes. Displacement rune is something we've been looking for so that we can pump blood out of our altar faster. Capacity makes our altar hold more blood. Sacrifice lets our altar get more from every time it does a cycle. Um, but we need will crystals for that, which we don't have yet. Acceleration makes crafting faster. Charging, I don't know what charging does. I'm guessing it makes our blood orb charge faster. Let's see. Blood magic charging rune. It converts the blood altar into a different form of item creation. Wait, what? When the blood altar is not crafting nor filling a blood orb, it converts LP to charge, which will create items instantly if there is enough charge. This constantly drains LP from the blood altar. If there's not enough charge, the altar the rune will use what charge it has and the item charge it was given. Each charging rune holds 1,000 charges. So does that mean like it will constantly break? It will constantly take blood into it even if it's full? Like I don't understand. That is an interesting concept though. Might look into that. Except it needs tier 4 slate, so maybe not right out of the gate. We could make a dislocator. That's like a teleport thingy if we get tired of using our gateway. But honestly, our gateway is fine. And augmented capacity. Wait, what's the difference between capacity and augmented capacity? Rune of augmented capacity. Okay, apparently I need to scroll down and find what version of the mod we're on. Okay, this is saying it adds 10% X bonus to how much it can hold. And it's a percentage modifier on the base. And then the capacity rune is just 2,000. So 2,000 would be a 20% increase. And this is a 10% increase, but it's a multiplicative increase, so. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to automate this, and I think this is just like non-stop draining mana here, isn't it? Like this isn't storing mana, it's just like indefinitely filling up on it. Let me get rid of Tiny Planet so that it stops wasting mana. But we know that's what we need to do to turn it on. How do we get some better spreaders? Yo, hold on. We could get the Gaia mana spreader with the Elven mana spreader and Stellar Alloy, which we have. So we could get this better spreader right now. And this just needs Elementum and some petals. Can we get Elementum right now? Is the question. Mana Steel and an Elven trade. Yeah, we could do that. Gosh, there's a lot of things we could do. Well, right now, I don't know if you noticed, like, I am kind of at my wit's end for today. We have done a lot today. Previous recording was also in the same day, and honestly, I've not been feeling too well today, so I think this is where we're going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to probably look into setting up some kind of basic automation with our rune altar, and then I'll walk us through what I did when we get back next time. But until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, etc. Goodbye!